brows. Over the years, I was really into doing my brows. I used to fill in my brows a lot. I used to do a little makeup. I didn't used to do people makeup. I used to just do my own. And during that process, I kind of got into lashes. And with lashes, I had went to go take a lash course. And with that lash course, she taught me how to do lashes. I would say, well, she tried to, because I didn't really learn. I didn't continue to do it because it was really tedious and it was really hard. And I kind of wasted my money. And at the time, I didn't know the difference between a certification and a license. Yes, I know the difference, but I'm saying, like, I didn't know that you needed a license to do lashes. I thought you just needed certification. So that's why I took the course. Come to find out, it's easy to do it on mannequin, but not the actual people. So then that's when I just was like, okay, I'm done doing that. I went back to work, and I just was working. So when I was doing lashes, I never stopped working. I just wanted to learn how to do something different so that I can stop working and become a lash tech. Obviously, that wasn't the plans that God had for me, so I didn't do that. So like I would say, like 2 years after that, I just kept working. I noticed that I was running into this thing where it was just like all I was doing was working. I was too far up my ex's behind. I was worried about what he was doing. And he had, he was doing music and a purpose. He was, living in his purpose at the time, or whatever purpose he had. And I was just working. I was like, girl, I just worked 2 jobs. But that wasn't good enough for me. So basically, I started doing some research on, like, beauty schools, esthetician schools, whatever you want to call them. And I had seen a couple people from Minnesota. A couple people from Minnesota, like, graduating from esthetician school. But a lot of them, I think, wanted to do, like, facials and AP services, so that's what they did. And I was like asking questions. People was gatekeeping. A lot of people didn't want to help me. A lot of people wasn't answering my questions. Some people wasn't seeing. It was like this whole thing. So I was like, okay, bet I'm just learning by myself. I don't need your help. So anyway, I started researching. I found a couple of beauty schools. I went to go tour them, and then I was trying to compare the difference between the prices, because at the time I was full time, and I was like, I don't really know how I'm gonna go to do that. Sorry, my leg hurt. I don't know how I'm going to go to beauty school and work. Like, I don't understand how that's gonna happen, but I really want to. Like, I was really, like, my mind was made up on it. So anyway, long story short, I started researching. I started praying. I found a bank that would give me a personal loan because I had good credit. I just didn't want to add more to my credit, and I didn't want to add more debt for myself. So anyway, I took a personal loan out, and I went to school, and I applied for FAFSA, whatever it's called, FAFSA. There we go. And they gave me money, and then I used my personal loan money, and that's how I went to beauty school. My school I went to was a Beta. It was $15,000, which is really expensive, and it's probably more expensive than other schools. It's way more cheaper schools out there. So I would recommend for you to find a different one if you can, because you're just gonna waste money. I ain't gonna say you're just gonna waste money, because Aveda was a good school. I learned a lot. Teachers were awesome. The people were great. They really took their time to teach me stuff. I just think that I went to become a brow artist, and they didn't go that in depth about it. It was really about facials, makeup, and body waxing. So if you want to do any of those things, cool. If you want to be a brow artist, you still have to go to school to be an esthetician. You can't just get certified, so don't let nobody tell you that. You need a license. So yeah, I went to beauty school in 2024. I went in November, and I graduated April 2024. The course is 6 months. In those 6 months, I learned a lot. So the first month of me going to school, I lost my grandpa. That was really hard for me. It was super discouraging. It made me not want to go to beauty school, but I kept fighting through it because I knew that I couldn't give up that easy, even if I was grieving. So I was grieving while going to school the first month. Over the months, it got easier in the sense of, like, I was able to focus on the task at hand, which was beauty school. So I did that. Y'all, so I would just go to school. I was locked in those 6 months. Y'all, I kid y'all not, I was so, like, tunnel vision. I wasn't talking to no guys. I was being abstinent, and I wasn't having sex. I was already doing that before, but I'm just saying that I was literally not, no nothing. Like, I was locked in. I was in my word. I was listening to gospel music. I was homeschool for 6 months straight. I have a little fun here and there, but it was really homeschool. Because I was literally like, I'm not gonna get them all this money and be playing in these people's face. So I was like, let me lock in for the 6 months, and I did just that. In that time of locking in, that's when I got closer with the Lord. I was reading my Bible more because I was spending more time with Him. I wasn't like distracted about worldly things. I was just like focusing on what was important. And yeah, that's kind of how I became an esthetician. I really didn't have a purpose in life, and I noticed that about myself. I noticed that I was just working myself to death. I noticed that I wasn't waking up being excited about anything. Like at the time, my job was really irritating me, and I really didn't want to work there anymore. So that was another reason too. And I just needed something more fulfilling in life. Like my job is fulfilling because I still work there. Obviously, I'm a part-time brow artist. I'm not even full-time. But I love it, y'all. I love it. I love what I do. I love doing brows. I think the difference between me and other brow artists, I'm a traveling brow artist and part-time. So, you know, they probably get more clients than me because they have open availability. I don't. I can only do brows from like 5 in the afternoon to 10 o'clock at night, or weekends only. And Sunday I go to church, so then after church. So I just make time for that. So there's times when I get off of work, where I'm super tired, y'all, and I have a client. And I go to that client. Or that client come to me and I do their brows. And some days are like very restless where I'm like working, because I work from 8 to 4:30, and then I have a client from like 5:30 to like 6:30, depending on what they get. And it's been rewarding but hard at the same time, and it's been exhausting but like exciting at the same time. And I know that all the hard work that I'm doing is gonna pay off, and yeah, I'm just trusting the process. And I just became solo in August of 2025. It's 2026 right now. I originally worked at salon. I worked there for a year. That's where I originally learned how to do brows. Nobody taught me. I was just self-taught. I taught myself there. I taught myself how to map, how to use the tint, how to stay in the lines, how to use hard wax versus soft wax. They teach you that in school, but like really how to do it. And yeah, I was doing that for a year. When I first started, I was terrible, and then I got better. I'm gonna have to do a short so you guys can see, so be looking out for that. I'm trying to think. So yeah, I talked about the school, talked about how I got, I think all in all, the reason why I wanted to talk about my journey becoming a brow artist is because it wasn't just me. It wasn't my doing. It wasn't my doing at all, for any means. It was God, y'all. Like, God is the one who got me through all of it, from the beginning to where I am now. And it's not even my end, because I'm going to keep going. When I started school, I was working. I don't know how I was able to pay my bills and do that, but He made a way. I was grieving. I was trying to stay out the world and focus on Him. You need strength for that. It's not easy, especially if you used to party and going outside, and that's what I was doing back in the day. So I needed to trust Him. I needed to lean on Him. I needed to lay it at His feet, and that's what I did, y'all. And I noticed that the plans that God had for me was better than the plans that I had for myself. And He's very intentional. He's an intentional God. And everything He does is for a reason. The way He does it is for a reason. So having faith and believing in Him is what got me through. And I wouldn't change it for the world. My whole process, I would not change it for the world. The way that everything happened, it happened the way it did because it needed to. It built me to become stronger. I'm still a part-time brow artist. I'm still not full-time. I just had my full month being fully booked as a brow artist. And it's been exhausting, but I'm grateful. I'm so grateful that He allowed that, and He allowed me to have that, and He had help me find clients. I do want to say that if it was any advice that I would give to anybody else out there that wants to be a brow artist, trust in God, trust in His timing, be consistent, post consistently. I wasn't posting, so I wasn't getting, clients. Put yourself out there. People want to see your personality. They want to see you. They don't want to just see the aesthetic that everybody else is posting. They want to see you. Be yourself, be your authentic self. Show up as you. Don't show up as nobody else. Don't try to do brows like nobody else. And when people show you other people work and want that work, tell them that's not the brows you do, in a respectful way. And if you want to be a traveling brow artist like myself, I would say make sure you get you a wagon, make sure you get, you a suitcase, whatever you need. Put your policies in place. Make people pay for your time. When they cancel last minute, when they don't show up for whatever it is, make people respect your business, and you need to also respect your business and your time as well. And then I will say, for a person that was, that still is a solo brow artist and that's up and coming, get you a booking site. It don't have to be all fancy. My booking site that I pay for is $20 and I love it. It's easy, it works. So get a booking site. Make that extra TikTok for your business. Make that extra Instagram for your business. Make that extra Facebook for your business. Whatever you need, make it. Because it's all gonna pay out. Consistency and getting yourself out there. Instagram, if you don't have the followers, it's gonna be hard. I'm a person that only has like 400 followers and it's been hard to grow from there. TikTok, I only have like 100 and some followers on my business page, but I get a lot of recognition there. Some videos 350 likes, some videos 120 likes. The views are viewing, they're watching, even if they're not double tapping or liking or whatever, they're watching. They're gonna be watching you, and people are watching you. So trust in the process, trust in yourself, put God first, and show up as your authentic self. That's just the truth. And that is my truth. There's way more to it. So if you have more questions, comment below. I don't mind answering. If you need help with mapping, I don't mind helping with that either. Just let me know. But you got this. Keep going. Don't get discouraged. Don't allow nobody to make you feel like you're not better than the next person. Don't allow nobody to play with you. You got this, girl. Like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see you on the next video. Bye.